You know, the biggest myth that is circulated in this UPSC universe of ours is that you need to study at least 10 hours every day to successfully clear this exam. Many people even say that you have to study even more than that, more than 10 hours. The reality is actually far away from this. In fact, if you are, and mind you, if you are studying more than 6 hours or 7 hours every day, that would reduce your chances of success in this exam rather than increase. Yes, you heard me correct. Studying more than 6 to 7 hours a day is counterproductive. And if you don't believe me, believe all the successful UPSC aspirants. Most successful UPSC aspirants have said this. There is a strong consensus that studying 6 hours daily, consistently, from the start of your preparation till the end of your exam is more than sufficient. Now, why UPSC aspirants say that 6 hours is enough? Okay, why not 10 hours, or why not 8 hours, or why not 9 hours? Why 6 hours is enough? I'll explain this with the help of an example. You must have seen a 100-meter race in Olympics, right? Now, whenever the referee says ready, set, go, you see all the racers running at full pace for 100 meters, right? At their maximum. Usain Bolts and all, they run at their peak. But that is not the case with a marathon. Well, a 100-meter race is for 100 meters, but marathon is for 42 kilometers. In marathon, you see these participants running slowly, but consistently for 42 kilometers. What will happen if they run like 100 meters in a marathon? Well, if they run at full pace in a marathon, they can maintain that speed for 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers. But after 2 kilometers, you will see them stop the race. They won't be able to complete the race. That is why for 42 kilometers, they have to run slow, steady, but consistently so that they complete the race. Running fast now would actually reduce your chances of completing the race. Now, someone wise once told me that all the other exams in the country are like 100-meter, 200-meter races. But UPSC is one such exam which is like a marathon. Why? Because it takes a lot of time to prepare for this exam, at least 1 year. That is why it is like a marathon. And in a marathon, you don't run at full pace. You run slowly, steadily. You increase your pace in between, then reduce it. Increase it, then reduce it. But you never run at full pace. Exactly that. Okay? Running at full pace means studying for 10 hours, 12 hours a day. But running at marathon speed is 6 hours every day consistently. Now remember this, okay? The thing is that now you know that 6 hours is more than sufficient. But what matters is how you utilize those 6 hours. What is your strategy in those 6 hours? Okay, what is your timetable in those 6 hours? How much time do you give to optional? How much time do you give to general studies? How much time do you give to current affairs? And how much time do you give to MCQ practice, answer writing practice, right? This strategy, this timetable is important for those particular 6 hours. That's what differentiates successful UPSC aspirants who studied for 6 hours and unsuccessful UPSC aspirants who also studied for 6 hours or even 10 hours, but they weren't successful, right? Now, how to get this perfect strategy for these 6 hours? How to design these 6 hours of your day? Well, I'll tell about that later, okay? But first, I need to clarify a few things. So wait till the end, because in the end, I'll explain to you how can you utilize these 6 hours in a day in the best possible manner so that your chances of success are near 100%, okay? So be patient. But first, I need to clarify a few things also. Now that you have understood that you require only 6 to 7 hours, max to max 7 hours, but 6 hours would do. You require only 6 hours. Now, there are some UPSC aspirants who are college going, who are still in their college, or who are working full time in a 9 to 5 job. These people would be very happy that 6 hours would do the job for them. Okay, they would be very happy. But even some of them, even then, some of them say that, well, we can't even take out 6 hours. Those people who are working in a 9 to 5 job, they say that 6 hours for us is too much. It is very difficult. People who are studying in colleges and their college schedule is quite hectic, they also say that it is very difficult to study for 6 hours. For us, extracting these 6 hours is also difficult. Okay, if we were full-time UPSC aspirants, we would have extracted these 6 hours. But let me break this to you. If you are working full-time for 9 to 5, okay, or you are going to college between 9 to 5, then too, it is very easy, like a cakewalk, very easy for you to extract these 6 hours. And I'll explain this very easily, okay? It's just simple maths, okay? Simple math, okay? Listen to me carefully, how 6 hours is very easy for a full-time working or full-time college going aspirant. Listen to me, okay? Let's suppose I have explained this before also in one of my videos, but okay, hear me out for those who are, well, new to us. You see, let's take this example. Let's suppose you are working full time. From Monday to Friday, you are in a 9 to 5 job. Okay? 9 to 5 job, that means 8 hours every day. Now, listen to me very carefully. In 1 week, there are a total of 168 hours. Simply put, 168 hours in 1 week. Now, you are working from Monday to Friday, 5 days, 8 hours every day. That means you need to work for 40 hours in 1 week, right? So, we will take that out. Now, let's suppose you are sleeping for, let's suppose 8 hours every day. Of course, 8 hours of sleep is very important. So, you are sleeping for 8 hours every day, okay, for 7 days. That means you are sleeping for 56 hours in 1 week. Clear? So, 56 plus 40, 96 hours. We take this out. Now, let's suppose that, well, you take 2 hours every day in these normal activities like bathing, brushing your teeth, having breakfast, having lunch, all these normal activities, you take 2 hours every day. Okay, so in 1 week, it would be total 14 hours, right? That would be 110 hours. Clear? Total. Now, one more thing. Let's suppose, well, man is a social animal, right? We all are social animals. We can't live in isolation. So I am giving you 2 hours every day for even socialization, meeting your friends, family members, watching Netflix, whatever you want to do, okay? 2 hours every day for socialization also. That means in 1 week, you are spending 14 hours for socialization. 110 plus 14, 124. Then too, despite all these things, working full-time, sleeping, socializing, doing normal activities, then too, in 1 week, you are left with 44 hours. Now, 44 hours average out to be 6 hours per day. Okay, when you divide 44 by 7, well, it comes out to be 6 point something. So more than 6 hours every day you have, okay, free. You can use these 6 hours for preparing for UPSC. And I just mentioned to you that you only need 6 hours. So even full-time working professionals or college-going people also, you also go to college from 9 to 5, max to max 9 to 5, okay, Monday to Friday. You also have 44 hours in 1 week, 6 hours every day. You can spend those 6 hours for preparing for UPSC. You won't have to compromise on your sleep. You won't have to compromise on your socializing, meeting friends, nothing. And still you can spare 6 hours every day. So it's not, I mean, the problem is not lack of time. The problem is lack of time management. Now you know that even full-time working people can spare 6 hours every day. Now you know time is not the issue. You are the issue. And all those full-time UPSC aspirants who have no such obligation of going to college or going to work, well, it's not that difficult for you to extract these 6 hours. Yes, so time is not the issue. How you utilize these 6 hours, that is the issue. So now let's address the $1 million question, for which I asked you to wait till the end. And that question is, we all have 6 hours, full-time UPSC aspirants, college-going UPSC aspirants, working professional UPSC aspirants. We all have 6 hours. How to utilize these 6 hours? How to study in these 6 hours? For that, you need a perfect timetable suited to your needs. Okay? You need a perfect daily task list, weekly task list, monthly task list. Okay? You need a proper timetable, task list, proper notes, proper study material, proper guidance, and someone to clear your doubts every day. Right? And many more things are required. Plus, you need a constant 24/7 mentor, because that mentor will tell you when to increase your pace of preparation, when to decrease it, when to do what not to do. All these things are important. Like in a marathon, you increase your pace, then you decrease your pace, right? For all 42 kilometers. Yes? So you need a guide for that. Now, let me tell this to you. Well, I have more than a decade, 10 years of experience in mentoring UPSC aspirants. Okay, more than 10 years. So I'm really proud of that. And I am also proud of the fact that, well, I have mentored many successful UPSC aspirants as well. And in this experience, I have learned a few things by watching these successful UPSC aspirants, okay, by giving them advice and seeing that advice getting successful. So I have a lot of experience. Using that experience, I have created this perfect study plan, perfect program. I think it's perfect because I totally believe that. I'm really proud of this plan. And this is called UPSC Gurukul program. Now, under this UPSC Gurukul program, everything is covered. Your timetable, your targets, your doubts, your study material, everything is covered. And this program is tailor-made so that you can utilize these 6 hours to perfection. Now, the thing is, I just told you that I have more than a decade of experience and I definitely have mentored successful UPSC aspirants. But I've also mentored those UPSC aspirants which weren't successful, right? So I've seen successful UPSC aspirants and I've seen non-successful ones also. And the biggest difference I found was, well, successful UPSC aspirants listened to me. They followed my advice, okay? They were not lazy. They gave their 100% during these 6 hours. Whereas these non-successful UPSC aspirants, with no offense to them, well, sometimes they listened to my advice, sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they practiced the questions I gave them, sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they came up with various excuses, okay? They weren't able to do this, they had this problem at home, they came up with all sorts of excuses. The thing is, I take guarantee that, well, if you will follow this UPSC Gurukul program to its very core, if you will follow my advice religiously, nothing can stop you from clearing this exam. But the catch is, you have to follow my advice. Those who did clear this exam, okay? But those who did not give their 100%, well, they had to give another attempt and another attempt. And that's, well, something that nobody wants, right? So if you're joining this UPSC Gurukul batch, well, give your 100% because I and my team of teachers will. Okay, to register for this batch, well, in the comment section, you will find a contact link, okay, a number. Just WhatsApp on that number, which is given in the comment section, and we will take it forward from there. We will give you the best possible advice and we will advise you how to start your preparation or how to pace your preparation. Basically, how to prepare for UPSC like a marathon. So if you want to talk to me or any of my teachers, well, WhatsApp us on this number and we will take it forward from there. Okay, I hope this video was useful. Well, let's hope that you learn something from this and clear this exam with flying colors so that next time I would be giving your example to the new UPSC aspirants. Let's hope for that. Thank you, everyone.